What can you tell me about Hastings Street? I've heard a lot about it. I heard about Paradise Valley. I'm not sure if it was around the time that you came up or the heyday, its heyday had gone or what.
Yeah, Paradise Valley was still in effect when I came up. And Hastings Street was mostly in effect, was at full steam when I came along. And really Hastings started from Gratiot and went all the way up to Frederick. But its most active parts of it was between Gratiot Avenue all the way up to just above Warren Avenue.
Just pushing it.
But it was a city, it was a street in a city, which was named by anyone, which was, let me go back and rephrase that. It was a street in the city that wherever you would go, and you would say you were from Detroit, someone would always ask you about Hastings Street. Because of the fact it was a lively street which was very active in all ways of life. It was very known all over, well, I would say the United States, you know, such as Memphis has Beale Street, Detroit had Hastings Street. And Brewster was right on Brewster, right off of Hastings Street. And it was really centered and sectioned in what was called the Main Street, or the mainstream of Hastings. And I still would have to go back and say, like, it was still about a half a mile from what was called Paradise Valley. Paradise Valley was really starting from, was in a section that was in like maybe a 3-block square area, which was Gratiot and Adams, and over to St. Antoine. That was Paradise Valley. But the rest of it, as far as when you say Hastings Street.
Going down Hastings, we would ride the bus down Russell, the Russell bus, and walk down Hastings those 2 blocks. But now it was a very, very close-knit neighborhood, very close-knit.
What do you mean by that?
You could tell when an outsider was there.
How do you tell?
Well, number one, if it's not was dressed facial, because of the fact everyone knew everyone. You see what I'm talking about?
Okay.
Everyone knew everyone. That's right. You see, I believe now in the modern area now, you have about my turf, my territory.
Mm-hmm.
But now during that time, I can remember when certain schools were not allowed to cross a certain street. Hey, if you stayed on the north end, or you don't cross Gratiot, or from the east side, when I believe earlier years Northwestern High School, when they began to get a lot of blacks going there. Well, I think it was in 1949 when Northwestern first beat Miller for the basketball championship. I think it was in 1949. And they had a saying, there's nothing going across Woodward but over there to Northwestern.
My encounter with Brewster was when I was 8 years old. And
now you are?
Now I'm 65. And that was in 1938.
Oh. But you're 65.
If it is, then I've gained almost 100. But however it was like I was going to the YMCA also. That's where I was originally born. But we would leave the YMCA and go to the Brewster for, if they didn't have swimming at the YMCA at that time, we would leave and go up to Brewster because of the swimming and the gym.
Right.
Also to watch the boxers at the time. But this was like I said, my first encounter of it was when I was 8 years old in 1938.
Now, how many places?
You know,
but as far as I know, at that particular time, I can remember it was the Brewster's. The name of it was Brewster Center. But I do know, after this and this afterwards, that I learned later, that the first naming of that building was Wheeler, which was the original guy that started it and whatnot. How and when it became Brewster, I don't know. And when it went back to Wheeler,
Well,
I
like I
really
say,
don't
it
know the
was-
year, but I think you're
right.
saying that.